Today is 394th day that I come here to share lessons that I learn and I'm learning, and I hope those lessons support your dreams, your goals, allow you to become the person that you want to become. Today I want to speak and share the lesson about communication. I truly believe that communication is one of the most important topics. Now, relationships is the most important topic, but when I think about relationships, if you want to have amazing relationships, communication is essential, because I truly believe that lack of communication is one of the root causes that so many relationships are broken. One other important thing to mention about communication is that about ideas. So many people say that ideas are so powerful, but ideas are worthless unless there is someone who is able to communicate that idea effectively. There could be an idea that is not that good, but a person who is very good in communication will win against a person who has amazing idea, but he's not able to communicate that idea effectively. So that means that if you really want to succeed and you have an amazing idea, you need to learn how to communicate it effectively, because if you want to have a great team, you need to communicate effectively, because they will jump in to support you. If you want funding, you need to be able to communicate effectively, because people will fund your idea. Now, first lesson and most important lesson to understand about communication is that communication is not about what you intend to say. Communication is what other person understood. And I will repeat one more time. Communication is not about what you intend to say, but communication is what other person understood. So that means that you might be saying one thing, but other person could understand all different things. So you need to understand there needs to be some kind of feedback when you're able to share and understand what other person understood. So that means it could be that a lot of times it could be some kind of language barrier. It could be that you have one meaning of one word, the other person has totally different meaning. So that means you need to be able to understand that your communication could be interpreted differently, because a lot of times people believe that when they share the truth, and that truth is right is might. No, like if that other person is not able to understand you, he will never understand your truth. So today I will share 3 things that we need to know about unconscious communication, because there is conscious communication that you use words, and there is 3 different types of people that communicate a little bit differently. So we need to know how those people communicate to be able to adapt, understand how they communicate, and really start using words that could connect to other person. For example, there is first type is visuals. That means people who are always want to see something. That means they always visualize things. And I always want to see something in front of my eyes, so I'm visual. And most people, those are showing hand gestures much more, because they're all about seeing things. So that means they will use words like I see you, and they will use words like I see clearly. A person like this will always use words that you could visualize. Now, second is auditory. So that means they will use words that are bringing hearing. So they will say words like I hear you. Visuals will say I see you, and auditory will say I hear you. So that means they'll start using words like does that ring the bell? So that means they'll bring words and sentences that could bring some kind of sound into conversation. And the last group is kinesthetic. So that means they're all about feeling. Auditory says I hear you, and kinesthetic people will say I feel you. So that means they want, and they will bring words like get in touch. So that means they will bring touch in the conversation. And you need to be able to communicate with different kind of people, because if you are visual and you want to connect unconsciously with a person who is kinesthetic, you need to learn how to use words that brings touch into conversation, because that is being able to attach. That is about being able to communicate other person's language, because it's very nice that you're able to go to other country and speak their language. That, of course, those people feel honored, that you are doing your best to speak their language. That's exactly here. That means that if they are desire to speak one way, you want to be a great communicator, you need to adapt and share the message in their preferred way. So I hope that you will reflect how you communicate and start working more on communication, because communication is essential skill to every single person. I hope you choose to win, and see you tomorrow.